Sports Radio Show. From all the top teams to all the sleepers, giving you the best choice to make your pockets deeper. I'm the MVP, knowing harder than me. Make your money double up or multiply by 3. I'm the MVP, giving you the winners. Put your money on me. The rest are just beginners. I'm the MVP. Hottest show about sports, number 1 in the game. The rest coming up short. MVP Sports with my man Kris Barr, number 1 in Las Vegas and still going hard.
It is March 10th, 2017. Welcome, everybody that's listening in. MVP Sports Las Vegas podcast. Check out my website, KrisBarr.com. Check out my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm getting a ton of subscribers. I'm getting a ton of views. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to be taking over YouTube here in no time. I'm getting a ton. I really am. I'm getting a ton of subscribers, and I really do appreciate every single one of you. First things first, I've been doing the special $100 for 30 days. That deal is going to be done Friday. The last day to get that deal, $100 for 30 days, is only going to happen on Friday. And also, here's 2 more deals that I'm going to be doing. $200 for 60 days and $300 for 90 days. So there's 3 packages I'm giving out on Friday. And the weekly service, I'm giving out a weekly for $50. So the daily is going to stay at $25 for the daily service. So if you want a daily, get a hold of me on Twitter at KrisBarr_GOAT. Just DM me. Get a hold of me on Facebook, facebook.com/MVP Sports Las Vegas. I'm not hard to get a hold of. You just send a message. My people will get the message to me, my social media people. And I'm telling you right now, I win more games than anybody in the fucking industry. I have been on fire. Actually, you know what? I'm lying right now. I actually had a bad Thursday. I'm used to coming on the podcast bragging about how much I win, but I actually had a bad Thursday. So, but still, nobody wins more games than me. That's my first bad day of the week. It was a shitty day, I'll tell you. It started off with Kansas losing outright. We had them on a money line parlay. I had Indiana as a free play. They were a winner. UConn didn't come through. We're gonna go over all the games from yesterday. I guess I'll do that right now. Real quick, I want to mention I have some sponsors for the podcast. I got to get these out of the way before we move on to the games and how I did and everything. So here we go. HolidayInn.com. Stay at the Holiday Inn. Book your stay now. Best price guarantee. Or your first night is free. Sorry about that. Tell them the GOAT sent you. 1-800-439-4745. I can't read your handwriting. Whoever wrote this out, I'm going to smack the person that wrote this out. But anyways, HolidayInn.com. Check it out. And then I got a couple more sponsors. If you guys want to be sponsored by the MVP Sports Las Vegas podcast, get a hold of me. picksbyemail@gmail.com. That's picksbyemail@gmail.com. I got a new handicapper that is going to be sponsoring the podcast here. Zach Sports Handicapping Service. Text him now, 812-212-5076. Free 3-day trial, and his service is only $100 a week. $100 a week is better than, it's not a better deal than what I'm giving out. But if you want to get on Zach's picks, 812-212-5076. Go try him out. He's giving out a free 3-day trial. Zach Sports Handicapping Service. Get a hold of me on Twitter. I already mentioned it. KrisBarr_GOAT. GOAT. KrisBarr.com. Text me, 702-803-4362. Like I said, $25 for the daily service, $50 for the week, $100 for the month, $200 for 2 months, $300 for 3 months, going all the way into the baseball season. I'm giving out deals right now because I'm making so much money. It's just not even about making money anymore. It's about winning games and trying to get as many clients for baseball. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build my clientele for baseball. I got a ton of paying clients. I do want to give some shout-outs, but I got one more sponsor. I'm sponsored by a sports book now. I got to mention that. All right, so visit VegasLive365.com. My boy Sal will definitely hook you up. Payouts every Tuesday. There's never any wait. PayPal, Bitcoin. All right, so let's go over some games from yesterday. What happened? Like I said, the card wasn't that great. I mean, the card was good, but the picks weren't that great. Michigan wins 75-55. We won that one. That was a small lean, I guess I'd call it, free play, whatever it was. Miami, Florida gets blown out 78-53. We're on the wrong side of that one. Villanova beats St. John's. They blow them out by 40. Georgia beats Tennessee by 2. Iowa State beats Oklahoma State 92-83. Had Iowa State on a teaser. That was a winner. Seton Hall plus 3. That was a free play. 82-76. They win. Michigan State wins 78-51 over Penn State. Wow. Didn't pay attention to that game at all. Nevada beats Utah State 83-69. Oregon beats Arizona State 80-57. Arizona State had no chance in that game. TCU beats Kansas 85-82. Fucks up a parlay that I had going that would have won. The only team I lost was Kansas money line, of course. Duke with the upset. Underdog play of the day, Duke. Plus 120. They win 81-77. We're going to be talking about them here in a second. They play North Carolina. I told you guys California was going to beat Utah. I told you something was up with that line. California wins 78-75. New Mexico, Fresno State. New Mexico, I told you to get them up to plus 8.5 on a teaser. That was a winner. They lost by 5. Fresno gets the job done. Let's see here. Indiana, free play 95-73. They beat Iowa. My 100% winner, Florida State, 74-68 winner. My other 100% winner, West Virginia. That was a winner. They won by 10, 63-53. My 100% winners usually win 100% of the time, but Kansas was actually another 100% winner, and they got their asses whooped. Well, they didn't get their asses whooped. They just couldn't hit shots. They couldn't make free throws. They couldn't take advantage of opportunities, and TCU beat them. TCU's desperate, and they got the job done. Kansas is not going to do anything in the tournament. I've known that, but I figured they would win the Big 12. But now we know West Virginia is most likely going to win it. Butler goes down to Xavier, 62-57. I could blame the fat guy out in Philadelphia, but I really am not going to blame nobody. But I'm off of Butler. Too many people jumped on the bandwagon. I have had them for 4 months, and there are people that saw that they beat Villanova and this and that, and talking so great about them, and look, they go lay an egg against Xavier. I'm just over it. Too many people were jinxing the fuck out of him, if you call it. I don't know if there's any such thing as jinx, but there's a certain person in this industry that just doesn't win, and everything he picks, if he has a future bet on someone, it never comes through. I'll tell you right now, Gonzaga is 100% not going to win the tournament. Remember I said that, okay? Because there's a certain person that has Gonzaga to win it all. SMU's not going to do anything in the tournament. North Carolina's not going to do anything in the tournament. Those are just a few. Dayton's not going to do anything in the tournament. I could keep going. Connecticut beats South Florida by 11. They don't cover the 13. Northwestern wins 83-61. Northwestern went on a 29-0 run. Crazy. Notre Dame beats Virginia 71-58. I lost. I had Virginia. Like I said, it wasn't a great day. Kansas State beats Baylor. Figured that was going to happen. 70-64. 100% winner. Play of the day. Well, it wasn't play of the day. 100%. Yeah, well, it was. Arizona money line. They win 92-78. It was on the money line parlay. I lost Kansas, but then I gave out another 14 money line parlay to make up for it because that's what I do. And then so it was my 100% winners: Florida State, West Virginia, Arizona, and UCLA. UCLA barely beat. Can you believe that one? UCLA barely beat USC 76-74. They get the job done. They win the game. They move on. That's going to be a great game, UCLA and Arizona. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Ole Miss beats Missouri 86-74. Air Force goes down 81-55. That was obvious. Creighton beats Providence 70-58. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't. Let's see. Oh, here it is. San Diego State 87-68. Who told you San Diego State's going to win the Mountain West? I did. And I'm being honest, if San Diego State wins the national championship, I'm going to win $400,000. I have San Diego State. If you guys watch my episodes, Season 1, Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, Episode 4, I literally have a ton of tickets on San Diego State 2001. If they're going to win the Mountain West, they're going to beat Colorado State. They're going to beat Nevada. They're going to win the Mountain West. San Diego State is going to come alive, win the Mountain West, get in the tournament as a 7 or 8 seed, and they're going to whoop some fucking ass. I'm telling you. It's a long shot. I will win literally almost $400,000 if San Diego State wins it all. It's not going to happen, but you never know. If they make the tournament, we can talk about it. All right, so here's what I need to do. The rolling bet with Kentucky. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. I start with $1,000. Game number 1, 1,000 to win 300. Game number 2, 1,300 to win 300. Game number 3, 1,600 to win 400. Game number 4, 2,000 to win 1,400. Game number 5, 3,400 to win 540. And game number 6, 3,940 to win 1,231. Total, 5,171.25. First thing we're going to do is talk about Kentucky. They're minus 10. They're going to be minus probably 400 on the money line. 350, I would say. 350, 400. I could be wrong. $5,000 bet is most likely going to get back 1,000, 1,500. I'm really not sure. I don't know the money line. But if you're doing the rolling bet with me, and I know of 6 people that are doing the rolling bet with me, because I told them, I promise you, Kentucky will not lose another game. If it comes down to Kentucky and San Diego State in the national championship, I would fucking laugh. But most likely it's going to be Kentucky and Oregon. I just hope they don't get in the same bracket. I really don't. I don't want them on. I want Oregon on one side, and I want Kentucky on the other side, and they can meet in the championship. That's what I want. Will it happen? According to Joe Lunardi, I don't think it's going to happen. But he could be wrong. He doesn't know everything. But yeah, 5,171 is where I'm at on this. I have a separate account. I have a bookie. I brought him $1,000, and I told him I'm going to do a rolling bet on Kentucky, and I might win $100,000 off of him, and he laughed at me. Most likely after this bet, after this weekend, after Kentucky wins the SEC and I'm up to probably about 10 grand with this guy, I am going to go take that money out. Am I going to roll it? I'm probably going to roll it, probably take a ride up to Laughlin or Vegas and roll it over in the tournament. Because they're going to be facing like a 15 seed or a 14 seed, because they're going to get a 2 seed or a 3 seed. They'll win that. So they're going to win the next 3. So we'll be having 10 in a row going into the second round of the tournament. Kentucky is a team that you don't want to fuck with right now. I'm going to give this out right now as a podcast client play. Kentucky minus 10. I'm going to tell you something right now. Kentucky starts off games slow. What would happen if they started off a game hot and then beat the fuck out of a team? Everybody's talking about how Kentucky doesn't cover this and that. Here's what I'm going to guarantee. I guarantee you Kentucky wins the game, obviously. And I guarantee you that Kentucky covers 10 points. I think they're going to win the game by at least 20. They can outscore Georgia by 10 in the first half. I like them in the first half. I like them in the whole game. I think this is the game where they come out, it's tournament time, and they say, we're the real fucking deal. All right? This is going to be a one-half game. It's going to be over by halftime. I really think that. Kentucky will score in the 40s. I don't think Georgia will probably be in the 20s. Get on Kentucky, all right? Is it my best play? Well, we'll talk about that here in a second. I'm going to give out some free picks here. Michigan and Purdue. Purdue was -1. Now they're all the way at -3. Get on Purdue before it gets out of hand there. Get on Purdue money line. That's the first client play of the morning. So get on Purdue. I like Michigan. They're very strong, but I think Purdue will beat Michigan. I really do. And I think it's a pretty strong play. That's a client play. East Carolina, SMU. SMU -17.5. Not going to touch it. They should. SMU obviously will win that game. Davidson, Dayton. Don't care. I don't care about the small schools. We already talked about Kentucky. Get on Kentucky money line and get on Kentucky minus the 10. I'm going to give you another team to bet with Kentucky on a parlay. Another strong play. Michigan State versus Minnesota. I do not trust Michigan State, but man, they're playing desperate and they just whooped the shit out of Penn State. Minnesota should win that game. Minnesota is an all-around better team. Minnesota should win that game. If Michigan State plays like they did yesterday, they'll win. But like I said, that's a game you just stay away from and just sit back and enjoy. Maybe take the over. I don't know. I really wouldn't even really know what to do with that game. I would probably just go with Minnesota if I was going to fuck with that game. St. Bonaventure and Rhode Island. Rhode Island -4.5. That would be a good spot for them on a 4-point teaser. They should beat St. Bonaventure. That's not going to be any kind of play, just a recommendation. George Mason, VCU, there's no line on that one. Don't really care anyways. Indiana, Wisconsin, no line on that. Wisconsin probably be giving up 6.5 in that one. That's just a guess. Seton Hall, Villanova. Villanova minus 11. No posted over under. Villanova should win the game. Seton Hall, I think, is going to play them tough. That looks like a good over. Duke and North Carolina. Here's wow, the line's up to 3.5. All right, so here's another client play. Get Duke up to +5. Buy a 1.5. Get them up to +5. I think they're the better team here. Also take Duke on the money line, small. I wouldn't. The money line's not going to be a client play. The client play is going to be 5 points, so I think it's going to come down to the wire either way. If North Carolina wins, it's going to be on a last-second shot. If Duke wins, it's going to be on a last-second shot. I really think that. I think it's going to be a close game, so we'll get it up to +5. We'll take our chances like that, like I did yesterday. Got them up to +4, and they went outright. We're going to do the same thing here. Get Duke up to +5. That's a client play. Get on it. TCU and Iowa State. Iowa State -4. There's your 4. There's a good 4-point teaser right there with Iowa State. If you want to get Iowa State down to a pick 'em, they should have no problem taking care of TCU. Iowa State is going to make the championship game, I believe. I think I'll have to check the bracket. I'm not going to waste my time, but Iowa State will win that game against TCU. It's not. I will call that a podcast free play. Iowa State with either Rhode Island, or if I see someone else -4 that I like, I'll let you know. But as of right now, podcast free play, Rhode Island and Iowa State, 4-point teaser. Get them down to pick'ems. Vanderbilt and Florida, no line on that one. I would guess Florida would be -8.5, 9. Florida should win the game. I don't see them. They probably have a little bit of a problem, but they'll get by Vanderbilt. Maybe Florida on the money line on a parlay with Kentucky or something. I don't see Florida losing that game. I really don't. Tulsa, Cincinnati. Don't really want to guess on the line on that one. Cincinnati will be minus a lot, I'm sure. At least 10 for sure. Maybe more, maybe 15. We'll have to wait and see. Notre Dame, Florida State. There's no line on that one. I will have a play on that game. You just got to get a hold of me. You just got to get a hold of me. I already gave out the prices on how much everything's going to be this weekend. 25 for the day, 50 for the week, 100 for the month, 200 for 2 months, 300 for 3 months. That's the best deal you're going to get ever. Northwestern versus Maryland, no line on that one. Xavier, Creighton, no line. California, Oregon. Oregon will win that game. That's a guarantee. Kentucky and Oregon are 2 guarantees. Kansas State, West Virginia. West Virginia should get the job done. They should beat Kansas State. They shouldn't have a problem there. West Virginia on the money line could be another good play. Connecticut versus Houston. Don't care. Fresno State, Nevada. Nevada should get the job done. Fresno State's been playing hot lately. But yeah, Nevada should win that game. UCLA, Arizona, there's no line there. I'll have a play on that game. You just got to get a hold of me. And San Diego State, Colorado State, there's no line. Yesterday on the podcast, I guessed that San Diego State would be getting +1. They're actually -1. And the performance that they just had against Boise State. I know Colorado State's good, but I'm going to put San Diego State in this one -2, -3. And that's definitely going to be a client play money line. But I'm going to have probably 5 client plays, to be honest with you. I'm not going to make anything official till morning, but right now, Purdue is official. Money line. Purdue money line is official. Podcast client play. Kentucky -10 is another client play. The Rhode Island Iowa State 4-point teaser is a free play. Wisconsin should beat in Indiana. I might take them on a 6-point teaser if they're 6.5, 7. Duke's definitely a client play +5. And I guess that was it. Florida State, Notre Dame, you got to get a hold of me. West Virginia should beat Kansas State. I already mentioned that. Arizona, UCLA, you got to get a hold of me. San Diego State, Colorado State. San Diego State money line client play. So there you go. Those are the picks. I did this under 15 minutes. I did the sponsor. I did everything I needed to do. It only took me 15 minutes. Talked about all the games. If you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the Spreaker Network. If you're listening on the Spreaker Network, hit subscribe. And I want everybody to have another good day, conference tournament day. I didn't have one yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to sweep the board. I'm pretty sure. So like I said, you got to get a hold of me. I gave you all the prices. And I appreciate you guys listening. 702-803-4362, 702-803-4362. Go to my website, KrisBarr.com. Check it out. I appreciate every single one of you listening in.